Hello, welcome. I'm continuing with my playthrough with his drafted Reds team. We're just over 100 games through the season. We're still in first place. I was talking yesterday about how I'm weak against left-handed starting pitching, and I didn't have the record to look at right away, but you can tell I struggle quite a bit more versus left-hand starting pitching than right-hand starting pitching. July's been kind of rough for me. I'm coming back to the pack a little bit. Actually, I've been dropping off since April. Well, I had a really bad start to the season, and then I went on I think it was 11-game winning streak, and I've been dropping off a little bit since then. I've had some injuries to the starting rotation. I had Luis Perdomo here was pitching way over his head, and then he got injured, and then he got injured again. His very first start back off the DL, and he gets a shoulder impingement. He's out for 4 months. Looks like he pitched to one batter before he went back on the DL. So he was pitching lights out basically, both relief and starting, and he's out. Jon Gray, who wasn't pitching as well, looked like he was making some progress. He's out as well. He's going to be back soon. I went out. James Shields was out on the free agent market, and who was the other one? Felix Dubron. So they're both people I could stick in the rotation. I think Ten Lincecum was out there as well, but Freak's ratings don't look very good these days. So I decided to try to sign those two free agents. They're not going to be very productive. Shields, he doesn't look terrible, but I could stick him in the rotation. He'll probably have a 4.50 ERA, which that's not terrible for a fifth starter. But if you go back to my, let's see, team stats, I'm first in earned run average, second in NL, second in starters ERA in the NL. This is how I'm winning. This is all how I'm winning. Home runs allowed. My pitchers are very homer prone. We play in Great American Ballpark, so some of that's some of why that's happening. But I don't know. I don't think I should be quite this bad. But this is how I'm winning. So plugging in a fifth starter with a 4.50 ERA is probably going to hurt me because I don't have I'm not hitting well enough to support a starter that pitches like that. I'm middle of the pack, lower, runs scored 14th out of 16. That's really bad. I don't score enough runs. So a 4.50 ERA is not going to add up to a win for me very often. But let's see. And the whole thing versus left-handed pitching, if Aaron Judge would have hit, that would have probably helped quite a bit in that regard. He's playing a little bit better lately. He's got his batting average up to 214 here. So if he continues on a positive trend, I might bring him back up to the major leagues, because I definitely need the offense against left-handed pitching. It's definitely a weakness for this team. It's the 27th. I've got a few days before the trade deadline. Here it is. I could make a move. I don't know. You know, I've mentioned this before, but I didn't expect to win this year. I thought, you know, a lot of these guys are they're first, second year players, sometimes third. You know, they're early in their careers. I didn't expect for this team to play as well as it did so soon. I do have a couple veterans, and I'm trading for more, but I didn't expect it to win this year, and I thought that I'd have a poor record this year and build on that next year. So I didn't expect to win this year, and I don't want to trade away future assets for. I think I did it earlier before my save got messed up. I lost all my minor league players, but at this point with this team, it's not playing as well now. I don't think I want to trade away any 5-star potential. Five-star potential prospects for this season. I don't think I can be successful this season in the postseason, simply because we're not hitting enough. But Lewis Brinson's coming along. It might. Of course, by the time I realize that the team is gelling and they're hitting and all that kind of stuff, it'll be past the trade deadline, and I don't think you can pass players through waivers like you do in real life, although I'll read up on that. At least I never figured out how to do it before in the past years. But let's see, check out the pitching staff, see if everybody's rested, they're ready to go. So we'll go ahead and play this game. Alright, Aaron Nola, right-hand starter. Brinson, Moss. I think what I'm going to do, Almora has not been hitting too well. I'll play Brinson in center field and get Peyton into the lineup. Alright, we got plenty of lefties to throw at him. I might even bat Peyton second. Maybe I'll do this. Alright. And I'm going to bat. I've been batting Andrelton Simmons ninth in the lineup. I know, there's sort of it's trendy to think that, if you got somebody in the nine hole, a regular batter in the 9 hole, they'll get on base for the top of your lineup, and you'll score more runs that way. And I haven't been scoring many runs, so maybe I'll bat Simmons 8th. He hasn't seemed to be hitting too well this season. I mean, I didn't expect much out of him, but I did expect better than 216. He has had a day-to-day injury. It affects his running. It shouldn't be affecting his hitting. But anyway, I'm going to move into the 8th slot. I'll see if maybe that has an impact on how he plays. I could even try batting him second a little bit, maybe break him out of his funk. But I think this looks good. I might go ahead and go with this starting lineup. All right, we're here in Miami. The Reds are facing the Miami Marlins. Starting today for the Marlins, Aaron Nola. Nola has a 9-5 record this season with a 4.02 ERA. He has 105 strikeouts and 134 and a third innings pitched. He'll be facing Jurickson Profar. The Reds' second baseman leading off with a 262 average, 6 home runs, and 30 RBIs. Line shot to right center field. Base hit for Profar to lead off the inning. He's on at first base with nobody out. Let's see. Wilson Contreras. Actually, this looks like a good pair to try to steal on. I'm going to give him the green light to go. Profar the green light at first base. Mark Payton up at the plate. The Reds right fielder hitting .467 this season with a home run. Profar is in there safely at second. He's stolen the base. Now in scoring position for Payton. 1-0 the count. High pop up on the infield. Anderson under. He puts it away for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Profar still out at second base. Adrian Gonzalez at the plate. The Reds' first baseman hitting .268 with 18 home runs and 50 RBIs. Nola delivers. Ground ball to second. Actually, the shortstop Anderson on the right side of the second base bag. Playing a big shift on Gonzalez. He throws to first. Gonzalez is retired. 2 down in the inning. Profar moves up to third base on the play. That'll bring up Brandon Moss. The Reds left fielder hitting .243 with 9 home runs and 23 RBIs. Nola delivers. Ground ball to second. Barney up with it, throws to first. And the Reds are retired. They strand a runner at third, and there's no score after 1, the top of the first. Starting today for the Reds, Michael Fulmer. Fulmer has a 9-6 record this season with a 2.74 ERA. He struck out 118 batters and 131 in the third innings pitched. He'll be facing Cameron Maybin. Maybin hitting .230 this season with 4 home runs and 21 RBIs. Ground ball down to first base. Gonzalez up with it, takes it to the bag himself. 1 down. Marlins shortstop Tim Anderson stands in. Anderson hitting .253 with 7 home runs and 22 RBIs. Fulmer delivers. Strikes out Anderson for the second out of the inning. 2 down. That brings the catcher Wilson Contreras to the plate. Contreras hitting .277 with 9 home runs and 36 RBIs. Fulmer strikes him out to end the inning. And after 1, there's no score here in Miami. Look, the Red center fielder Lewis Brinson steps up. Brinson hitting .247 with 14 home runs and 37 RBIs. Been on a little bit of a tear lately. He strikes out here to start off the inning. 1 down, Heimer Candelario at the plate. Candelario hitting .256 with 13 home runs and 44 RBIs. High pop up on the infield. Second baseman Barney settles underneath it, makes the catch. 2 down. Brings up the Reds catcher Oscar Hernandez. Hernandez hitting .263 with 7 home runs and 34 RBIs. Nola delivers. Ground ball through the left side of the infield. Base hit for Hernandez. He's on at first base with 2 out in the inning. That brings up Andrelton Simmons. Simmons mired in a season-long slump, hitting .216 with 4 home runs and 22 RBIs. He has been playing his normal Gold Glove level defense at short, though. Nola delivers. Ground ball down to third base. Andujar up with it, throws to first. Simmons is retired, and that ends the top of the second. Still no score here in Miami. Marlins first baseman Rowdy Tellez steps up. He's hitting .277 with 16 home runs and 46 RBIs. Fulmer delivers. Ground ball to the shortstop. Simmons up with it, throws to first. Tellez is retired. 1 down in the inning. Hunter Renfroe steps up. The Marlins right fielder hitting .323 with 8 home runs and 27 RBIs. Fulmer delivers. Strikes out Renfroe for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Left fielder Tyler Collins steps up. Collins hitting .246 with 10 home runs and 27 RBIs. High fly ball to center field. Brinson is able to settle underneath it. He makes the catch, and that ends the bottom of the second. Still no score in Miami after 2. Carson Fulmer steps to the plate. Fulmer hitting .195 this season with 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Nola delivers. Strikes out Fulmer for the first out of the inning. 1 down. The second baseman, Jurickson Profar, steps up. Profar 1 for 1 today. Nola delivers. Ground ball to second base. Barney up with it. Throws to first. Profar is retired. 2 down the inning. Mark Payton steps up. Payton 0 for 1 today. Line shot back up the middle. Base hit for Payton. He's on at first with 2 down the inning. Let's see. He has a little bit above average speed. We're going to give him the green light. See if we can get him in scoring position for Gonzalez here. Gonzalez takes a ball. Green light's still on. Payton takes off for second base. Oh! And he's cut down trying to steal second. That ends the inning after 2.5. There's no score here in Miami. Third baseman Miguel Andujar stands in for the Marlins. He's hitting .232 with 1 home run and 5 RBIs. Fulmer delivers. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it. Throws to first. One down. Second baseman Darwin Barney steps up. Barney hitting .263 with a home run and 14 RBIs. Line shot to the left side of the infield. Base hit for Barney. He's on at first with 1 down. Brings up the pitcher, Aaron Nolan. He'll probably be called on to bunt here. Nola hitting .025 this season. His only hit came against the Reds in the last series against the Marlins. Barney steals the base. Let's see. 1 down in the inning. Barney at second base. Nola's still up. It's a wild one. Oh. Barney moves up to third base. He's there with 1 out. Nola's still at the plate. 1-1 the count. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it. Throws to first. Nola's retired. 2 down in the inning. Barney's still at third base. Brings up Cameron Maven, the Marlins center fielder, 0 for 1 today. Ground ball down to third base. Candelario up with it. Throws to first. And the side is retired. After 3, there's no score here in Miami. Adrian Gonzalez stands in. Gonzalez 0 for 1 today. Nola delivers. Line shot to left center field. Oh, that drops in for a base hit. Gonzalez on at first with nobody out in the inning for Brandon Moss. Moss 0 for 1 today. Draws a walk here. Gonzalez moves up to second base. Runners at first and second. Nobody out in the inning. Lewis Brinson 0 for 1 today. Nola delivers. Ground ball down to first base. They cut down Moss, making his way to second base. Runners at first and third. 1 out in the inning for Heimer Candelario. Candelario 0 for 1 today. Infield plays in. Candelario hits it through the left side of the infield for a base hit. The runner Gonzalez scores from third. Brinson moves up to third base. Runners at first and third. Still only 1 out in the inning for Oscar Hernandez. The Reds take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 4th. Hernandez 1 for 1 today. Line shot to left field that falls in for a base hit. Brinson's able to score from third base. Runners move up to first and second. RBI single for Oscar Hernandez. Reds now lead 2-0 here in the top of the 4th. Brings up Andrelton Simmons. Simmons 0 for 1 today. Ground ball down to third base. Oh! And it's a... Oh! Almost a 5-4-3 double play. Simmons was hustling down the line. He beat out the ball to first. 2 down in the inning. Candelario moves up to third base. Runners at first and third. 2 down for Michael Fulmer. Fulmer 0 for 1 today. Strikes out here for the last out of the inning. But the Reds score 2. They're now up 2-0 after 3.5 here in Miami. Marlins shortstop Tim Anderson steps up. He's 0 for 1 today. Fulmer delivers. Ground ball down to first. Gonzalez up with it. Takes it to the bag himself. 1 down. Brings up the catcher, Wilson Contreras. Contreras 0 for 1 today. Fulmer delivers. Line shot to right field that falls in for a base hit in front of Peyton out there. Not used to Peyton being on the team yet. Runner at first, 1 down in the inning. That brings up Rowdy Tellez. Tellez 0 for 1 today. Fulmer throws over. Contreras back easily. Delivers to Tellez. Oh! I don't know what he was thinking trying to steal Contreras unless it was a hit and run, botch hit and run. But Contreras is cut down by Hernandez. 2 down in the inning. Bases are now empty. Rowdy Tellez at the plate. Tellez 0 for 1 today. 1-2 the count. Fulmer delivers. Line shot to center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit for Tellez. He's down at first base now with 2 outs in the inning for Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe 0 for 1 today. Ground ball to short. Oh, Simmons looks like he has to put it in his pocket. Has no play anywhere. Infield single for Renfroe. Runners at first and second. 2 down in the inning for Tyler Collins. Collins 0 for 1 today. Uh-oh. High deep drive to right field. Collins just took Fulmer deep. The Marlins take the lead 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Base is empty. 2 down the inning now. Brings up the third baseman Miguel Andujar. Andujar 0 for 1 today. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it. Throws to first. Andujar's retired. That ends the inning, but the Marlins score 3. They take the lead 3-2. Second baseman Jurickson Profar steps up. He's 1 for 2 today. Nola delivers. Strikes out Profar for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Mark Payton at the plate. Payton 1 for 2 today. Hard ground ball down to third base. Andujar up with it. Throws to first. Payton's retired. 2 down. Adrian Gonzalez steps in. Gonzalez 1 for 2 today. Ground ball down to first. Tellez up with it. Takes it to the bag himself. And the Reds are retired here in the top of the 5th. Brings up Darwin Barney. Barney 1 for 1 today. Fulmer delivers. Ground ball short. Simmons boots it. Puts Barney on at first with nobody out in the inning. Fulmer throws over. Barney back safely. They'll be facing a pinch hitter, Ryan Healy. Can't believe they're pulling Nola from the game. Healy hitting .303 with 19 home runs and 54 RBIs. Fulmer delivers. Pop up on the infield. Second baseman Profar moves back to make the catch. 1 down. Barney still at first base. Cameron Maben at the plate. Maben 0 for 2 today. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Fulmer throws it to second. Cuts down the lead runner. No throw to first. Maben safe. 2 down in the inning. Maben at first base. Tim Anderson at the plate. Anderson 0 for 2 today. Fulmer delivers. Strikes out Anderson in the inning. And after 5, the Marlins lead 3-2 here in Miami. New pitcher for the Marlins, Jonathan Broxton, replacing Aaron Nola. I don't know if... I kind of want to check to see if Nola's injured. Says he's okay. He only threw 76 pitches. He wasn't pitching too badly. It's an interesting move. Broxton has a 5-2 record on the season with a 3.18 ERA. He struck out 50 batters in 45 and a third innings pitched. He'll be facing Brandon Moss. Moss 0 for 1 today. Moss draws a walk here. He's on at first base with nobody out in the inning. For Lewis Brinson, the Red center fielder, 0 for 2 today. Pop up on the infield. Second baseman Barney sells underneath it, makes the catch. 1 down. That brings up Heimer Candelario. Candelario 1 for 2 today with an RBI. Moss still down at first base. Top ground ball back to the pitcher. They throw to second. They cut down Moss at second. Throw to first, not in time. Candelario down at first base with 2 down in the inning. Brings up Oscar Hernandez. Hernandez 2 for 2 today with an RBI. 2 down. Candelario at first. High deep drive to left field. I think Oscar Hernandez got all of that one. Home run for Hernandez. He's put the Reds in the lead 4-3 here in the top of the 6th. Andrelton Simmons to the plate. The shortstop 0 for 2 today. Broxton delivers. Ground ball down to third base. Andujar up with it. Throws to first. Simmons is retired. But the Reds score 2 here in the top of the 6th. They go up 4-3. Wilson Contreras stands in. The Marlins catcher 1 for 2 today. Fulmer delivers. Seeing eye single through the right side of the infield. Let's see. I'm thinking this might be a back and forth game, and Fulmer doesn't have his best stuff today. I'll get Stumpf up and Holder as well. Contreras down at first base, nobody out in the inning. Rowdy Tellez to the plate. Tellez 1 for 2 today. Fulmer throws over to first. Contreras back. He delivers to Tellez. Strikes out Tellez for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Contreras still at first base. Hunter Renfroe at the plate. Renfroe 1 for 2 today. Fulmer delivers. Contreras. Oh, man. Contreras tried to steal second base, and he got there. I'll be damned. He's down in scoring position now with 1 out in the inning. I mean, 40 might be speedy for a catcher, but you wouldn't think he'd be stealing bases all over the place. Hernandez doesn't have a terrible arm. I guess Fulmer isn't the best at holding runners in the world. Oh well. Contreras in scoring position now for Hunter Renfroe. 1-0 the count. 1 down in the inning. Fulmer delivers. Strikes out Renfroe for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Contreras still down in scoring position at second base for Tyler Collins. Collins 1 for 2 today with a 3-run home run. Ground ball down to first base. Gonzalez up with it, takes to the bag himself. Collins is retired, and that ends the inning. After 6, the Reds lead 4-3 here in Miami. Let's see. Fulmer only has 83 pitches. I'd rather he goes deep in the game. I'm going to set down my relievers. It's close, but I'm going to let him start the next inning. Michael Fulmer, the pitcher, steps up. He's 0 for 2 today. New pitcher for the Marlins, Chris Hatcher. Hatcher 0 3 this season with a 3.49 ERA. He struck out 37 batters in 28 2/3 innings pitched. 1 down in the inning. Jurickson Profar at the plate. Profar 1 for 3 today. Line shot back up the middle for Profar. Base hit. He's on at first base with 1 down. Brings up Mark Payton. Let's see. Profar with a green light at first base. Takes off for second. He's in there safely. Stolen base for Profar is 22nd on the season. Now in scoring position for Payton. Oh, new pitcher for the Marlins, and Adam Liberatore. Adam Liberatore. He's got a 3.65 ERA this season with a 53 strikeouts and 44 and a third innings pitched. Peyton 1 for 3 on the day. Profar in scoring position, 1 down the inning. Liberatore delivers. Liberatore. He walks Peyton. He's on at first base with 1 down the inning for Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez 1 for 3 today. Let's check out Liberatore's stuff. Liberatore. Their ratings. Alright, he's not quite as good against right-handed batting. And you know, I think I might go ahead and I don't do this very often, but I think I might pinch hit for Gonzalez. It seems silly to pinch hit for your third place hitter, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. The thing about Freese is even though Gonzalez is a good defensive player at first base, Freese is even better. So we can have him hit against a left-handed pitcher and also take over at first base defensively. So runners at first and second, 1 down. David Freese, the pinch hitter. Freese hitting .232 with 9 home runs and 26 RBIs. Oh, but he strikes out here for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Brandon Moss at the plate. Moss 0 for 1 today with a walk. New pitcher for the Marlins, Nick Vincent. That's interesting. Moss with a line drive back up the middle, but they had him played there. Shortstop makes the catch. That ends the inning and the threat. Reds fail to score in the 7th, but they still lead 4-3 here in Miami. Let's see. A bunch of right-handers coming up. Fulmer going to start off the inning. He's going to be facing the Marlins third baseman Miguel Andujar. Andujar 0 for 2 on the day. Fulmer delivers. Line shot back up the middle, but the shortstop Simmons is able to make a nice catch out there, steal a base hit. 1 down in the inning. Brings up Darwin Barney. Barney 1 for 2 today. Fulmer delivers. Looper to center field. Brinson moving in. Oh! Makes a nice catch out there, steal a base hit from Barney. 2 down in the inning. Brings up the perma prospect Bubba Starling. Starling hitting .214 with 1 home run and 6 RBIs. Fulmer delivers. Strikes out Starling to end the inning. And after 7, the Reds lead 4-3 here in Miami. Man. All right. I need to start thinking of it a little bit more clearly. Top of the 8th, Lewis Brinson at the plate. Brinson 0 for 3 today. Strikes out here for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Heimer Candelario at the plate. Candelario 1 for 3 today with an RBI. Vincent strikes him out for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Oscar Hernandez at the plate. Hernandez, a perfect 3 for 3 today with a home run. Fly ball to right field. Second baseman Barney ranges far out to get it. That ends the inning. And after 7.5, the Reds lead 4-3 here in Miami. Let's see. We'll get Holder up, and if we get to Tellez, we'll put Rivero in. All right. Michael Fulmer into his 8th inning of work. He'll be facing Cameron Maybin. Maybin 0 for 3 today. Ground ball down to third base. Candelario up with it, throws to first. Maybin's retired. Brings up the Marlins shortstop Tim Anderson. Anderson 0 for 3 today. Fulmer delivers, ground ball to second base. Profar up with it, throws to first. Anderson's retired. 2 down the inning. Brings up Wilson Contreras, the catcher. Contreras 2 for 3 today with a stolen base. Uh-oh. Well, high fly ball to center field. Looked good off the bat. Brinson's able to make the routine catch in center field. Contreras is retired, and that ends the bottom of the 8th. After 8, the Reds lead 4-3 here in Miami. All right. We'll get Edwin Diaz up in the bullpen. Andrelton Simmons at the plate. Simmons 0 for 3 today. Vincent delivers. Top ground ball back to the pitcher. Vincent fields it, throws it to first. Simmons is retired. I guess I'll go ahead and pinch hit with Freeman here. Mike Freeman steps up. Freeman hitting .400 this season with 4 RBIs. Strikes out here for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Jurickson Profar steps up. Profar 2 for 4 today. Line shot to left center field. That falls in for a base hit for Profar. He's on at first base with 2 down in the inning. Let's see. Gets the green light to take off for second base. Hey, Firehawk. Pretty good. How are you? Profar in safely at second base. He's now in scoring position for Peyton. Peyton 1 for 3 today. 0-1 to count. Oh, Peyton strikes out to end the inning. That ends the threat. And after 8.5, the Reds lead 4-3 here in Miami. New pitcher Edwin Diaz. Diaz 2-1 on the season with a 1.5 ERA. He struck out 55 batters in 36 innings pitched. He has 23 saves on the season. He'll be facing the Marlins first baseman Rowdy Tellez. Tellez 1 for 3 today. Ground ball down the first base line. Extra bases for Tellez. He's into second base in scoring position with nobody out in the inning. Tellez down at second base. Hunter Renfroe at the plate. Uh-oh. I guess we'll get Rivero up. Renfroe 1 for 3 today. Diaz delivers. Line shot to left field. Base hit for Renfroe. Tellez is going to score on the play. And the Marlins have tied it up here in the 9th. Still nobody out in the inning. Renfroe at first. Chris Carter at the plate. Carter hitting .223 with 8 home runs and 25 RBIs. Diaz delivers. Walks Carter. Still nobody out. Runners at first and second. Miguel Andujar steps up. Let's see. I guess we'll get Bobby Wall up too. Andujar 0 for 3 today. Diaz delivers, strikes out Andujar for the first out of the inning. Still runners at first and second, 1 down in the inning for Darwin Barney. Barney 1 for 3 today. Diaz delivers. Line shot to left field, base hit for Barney. And the run scores from second base. The Marlins walk off here. And Diaz blows the save in the 9th. Well, that's a heck of a way to lose a game. I guess Diaz was due. It's only his second blown save of the season. That's still disappointing. Fulmer was going to get a win. Oh, I got a trade proposal. That sounds like a terrible trade. I think I'll reject it. Yeah, I'm going to give him one of my starting pitchers and $4 million in cash. I don't think that's going to happen. All right, Gio Gonzalez, a left-hand starting pitcher. So let's get a... Let's stack some right-handers against him. We'll bat Lewis Brinson second. I think there might be a few too many right-handed hitters here. Or I want to see how Peyton hits versus left-handed pitching. He's really not too much worse, but all right. Actually, maybe I will. I'll bet Almora second here. We'll see if we can get him on track. He's been playing terribly here in the second half of the season. My lineup versus left-handed pitching is very weak, though. I have to admit. Oh, 1960? You're the one playing the Boston Red Sox in 1960? Welcome to Miami, where the Reds will be facing the Marlins. Pitching for the Marlins today, Gio Gonzalez. Gonzalez 6-11 on the season with a 4.33 ERA. He struck out 118 batters in 120 2/3 innings pitched. He'll be facing the Reds' second baseman, Jurickson Profar. Profar hitting .267 with 6 home runs and 30 RBIs. 1-2 the count. Gonzalez delivers. Top ground ball back to the pitcher. Gonzalez up with it, throws to first. Profar's retired. 1 down in the inning. Albert Almora at the plate. 62-6. That's incredible. Albert Almora steps up. Almora hitting .233 with 3 home runs and 23 RBIs. Gonzalez delivers. Line shot to right field for Almora. It'll be a double. He's in the scoring position with 1 out in the inning for Lewis Brinson. Brinson, the Reds' right fielder, hitting .244 with 14 home runs and 37 RBIs. Ground ball down to third base. Looks like Healy has to put in his pocket. All hands are safe. Runners at first and third. 1 down in the inning for David Freese. Freese hitting .231 with 9 home runs and 26 RBIs. Gonzalez delivers. Line shot to center field. That should be deep enough to score the runner from third base. Almora tags up. He scores. And the Reds take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Let's see. Looks like a good combo to try a steal on. I'm going to give Brinson the green light. He takes off for second base. He's in there safely with his 15th stolen base of the season. In scoring position for Jeimer Candelario. Candelario, the third baseman, hitting .256 with 13 home runs and 45 RBIs. Gonzalez delivers. High pop-up on the infield. First baseman Carter sells underneath and makes the catch. And that ends the Reds' threat here in the top of the first. They do score, though, and they lead 1-0. Bubba Starling at the plate. The Marlins center fielder hitting .211 with 1 home run and 6 RBIs. Strikes out here for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Marlins shortstop Tim Anderson steps up. Anderson hitting .250 with 7 home runs and 22 RBIs. Ground ball down to short. Simmons up with it, throws to first. 2 down the inning. Brings up the catcher Wilson Contreras. Contreras hitting .280 with 9 home runs and 36 RBIs. Norris delivers. Strikes out Contreras to end the inning. And after 1, the Reds lead 1-0 here in Miami. Brandon Moss steps up to the plate. The Reds left fielder hitting .239 with 9 home runs and 23 RBIs. Gonzalez delivers. Strikes out Moss for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Carson Kelly steps up. Kelly hitting .242 with 3 home runs and 22 RBIs. Ground ball back up the middle. Anderson up with it, throws Kelly out at first. 2 down the inning. Andrelton Simmons steps up. The shortstop hitting .213 with 4 home runs and 22 RBIs. Top ground ball back to the pitcher. Gonzalez up with it, throws to first. Simmons is retired. And that ends the top of the second for the Reds. But they lead 1-0 after 1.5. Third baseman Ryan Healy to the plate. Healy hitting .302 with 19 home runs and 54 RBIs. Norris delivers. Healy works a walk. Runner at first base, nobody out in the inning for Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe hitting .328 with 8 home runs and 28 RBIs. Norris throws over to first. Healy back. Checks the runner, delivers to Renfroe. High pop up on the infield. Third baseman Candelario. That should have been an infield fly roll. Oh no. Candelario drops the infield pop up. Runners at first and second, still nobody out in the inning for the left fielder Tyler Collins. Collins hitting .247 with 11 home runs and 30 RBIs. Norris delivers. Ground ball down to third base. Candelario up with it. Throws to second. Gets Renfroe. Oh, wait, is Profar out now? Oh, wonderful. Profar injured on the play. Runners at first and third. 1 out in the inning. For the first baseman, Chris Carter. Chris Carter hitting .223 with 8 home runs and 25 RBIs. Norris delivers. High fly ball to center field. Almora able to make the catch. Throws home. Runner tags from third and scores. He's safe. The Marlins tie the game here. It's now 1-1 in the bottom of the second. 2 down the inning. Tyler Collins at first. Darwin Barney at the plate. Barney hitting .268 with 1 home run and 15 RBIs. Norris throws over to first. Collins back. Checks the runner. Delivers to Barney at the plate. Barney walks. He's on first base. Collins moves up to second. First and second, 2 down the inning for the pitcher Gio Gonzalez. Gonzalez hitting .094 on the season. Norris strikes him out to end the inning and the threat. But the Marlins score a run. They tie it up here in Miami. 1-1 after 2. Brings Daniel Norris to the plate. Norris hitting .216 this season with a home run. Line shot back up the middle for Norris. It's a base hit. He's on at first base with nobody out in the inning for Yandy Diaz. Diaz hitting .205 with 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. Gonzalez delivers. Diaz works a walk. Runners at first and second. Nobody out in the inning for Albert Almora. Almora 1 for 1 today. Line shot. Oh, hard ground ball to second base. Barney up with it, throws to first. That advances the runners to second and third. Runners at second and third. 1 down in the inning for Lewis Brinson. Brinson 1 for 1 today. It's a wild one. Runners trying to score from third. He's in safely. Diaz moves up to third base. Still only 1 out in the inning. And the Reds now lead 2-1. 1-0 the count on Brinson. Gonzalez delivers. Hard ground ball down the first base line. Base hit for Brinson. He's digging for second base. He'll be in there with a double. Runner Diaz scores from third. Reds are now up 3-1 in the top of the third. Brinson at second. Freese at the plate. Freese with a sacrifice fly in the first inning. 1 down. Gonzalez delivers. Hard hit ball back up the middle. Base hit for Freese. Brinson's able to score on the play. RBI single for Freese. He's down at first base with 1 out in the inning for Heimer Candelario. Candelario 0 for 1 today. Gonzalez delivers. Line shot to the left side of the infield. Base hit for Candelario. Freese moves up to second base. Runners at first and second. 1 down in the inning for Brandon Moss. Brandon Moss 0 for 1 today. Gonzalez delivers. Moss draws a walk. The bases are now loaded for Carson Kelly. Kelly 0 for 1 today. 1 down in the inning. Gonzalez delivers. Ground ball to short. Oh. 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. But the Reds score 3 here in the top of the third. They now lead 4-1 after 2.5. Bubba Starling at the plate. Starling 0 for 1 today. Norris delivers. It's a bunt. And Starling's able to beat it out. He's on at first base with a bunt hit. Norris throws over. Starling back. Let's see. We'll pitch out here. 1-0 the count. Norris checks the runner. Delivers to the shortstop, Tim Anderson. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it. Throws to first. Anderson's retired. Starling moves up to second on the play. 1 down in the inning. Starling in scoring position at second base for the catcher Wilson Contreras. Contreras 0 for 1 on the day. Norris delivers. Strikes out Contreras for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Ryan Healy steps up. Healy drew a walk earlier today. Starling still at second base. 2 down. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it. Throws to first. Healy's retired. And that ends the inning. After 3, the Reds lead 4-1 here in Miami. Andrelton Simmons steps up. The shortstop 0 for 1 on the day. Gonzalez delivers. Ground ball down to third base. Simmons hustling down the line. But Healy's able to gun it over to first and just nip Simmons. 1 down. Daniel Norris steps up. Norris 1 for 1 on the day. Gonzalez delivers. Line shot back up the middle. Base hit for Norris. He's now 2 for 2 on the day. He's down at first base for Yandy Diaz. Diaz drew a walk in his only at bat. 1 down the inning. Runner at first base. Norris delivers. Fly ball to left field. Collins is able to make the catch. 2 down the inning. Brings up the center fielder Albert Almora. Almora 1 for 2 today. Norris still at first. 2 down. Ooh, hard ground ball to first. Carter's able to make a nice play there. He takes it to the bag himself. Almora's retired. And the Reds go down here in the top of the 4th. But they lead 4-1 after 3.5. Hunter Renfroe steps up. Renfroe 0 for 1 today. Norris delivers. Strikes out Renfroe for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Tyler Collins at the plate. Collins 0 for 1 today. Norris delivers. Strikes out Collins for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Chris Carter at the plate. I believe Carter had a sacrifice fly. Norris delivers. Strikes out Carter for the last out of the bottom of the 4th. And the Reds lead 4-1 here in Miami after 4. Lewis Brinson to the plate. Brinson 2 for 2 today with an RBI. Gonzalez delivers. Line shot to right field. But Renfroe is able to make the catch out there. 1 down in the inning. Brings up David Freese. Freese 1 for 1 on the day with 2 RBIs. Line shot to left field. Base hit for Freese. He's on at first with 1 out in the inning. Brings up the third baseman, Heimer Candelario. Candelario 1 for 2 today. Freese down at first. 1 out in the inning. Candelario strikes out here for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 down. Brandon Moss at the plate. Moss 0 for 1 today. Wild pitch. Freese is able to move up to second base. He's now in scoring position for Moss. 3-0 the count. I think we'll take a pitch here. Gonzalez is able to throw a strike. Alright, we'll let Moss swing away here. He draws a walk. He's on at first base with 2 down in the inning. Now runners at first and second for Carson Kelly. Kelly 0 for 2 today. Ground ball to second base. Barney up with it. Throws to first. Kelly's retired, and that ends the threat. After 4.5, the Reds lead 4-1. Darwin Barney steps up. The second baseman, I believe he drew a walk earlier today. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it, throws to first. Barney's retired, 1 down in the inning. Brings up the pitcher, Oliver Perez. Perez hitting 1,000 on the season, 1 for 1. But Norris strikes him out here for the 2nd out of the inning, 2 down. Brings Bubba Starling to the plate. Starling 1 for 2 today. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it, throws to first, but Starling's able to hustle down the line to beat it out for an infield single. He's on at first base with 2 down in the inning for Tim Anderson. Anderson 0 for 2 today. Norris throws over to first. Starling back. Checks the runner, delivers to Anderson. Line shot to left center field. Ooh! Moss is able to make a nice catch out there. Not normally known for his defense, but he stole an extra base hit from Anderson to end the inning. And after 5, the Reds lead 4-1 here in Miami. The shortstop, Andrelton Simmons, steps up. Simmons 0 for 2 today. Line shot to left field, but Collins didn't have to move much to get it. 1 down in the inning. Brings up Daniel Norris. Norris a perfect 2 for 2 on the day, raising his batting average to 256 on the season. Ground ball to short. Anderson up with it, throws to first. Norris is retired for the first time today. 2 down in the inning. Yandy Diaz at the plate. Diaz 0 for 1 with a walk. High pop-up in foul territory on the first base side. Carter's able to sell underneath it and make the catch, and the Reds go down here in the top of the 6th. After 5.5, they lead 4-1 here in Miami. Wilson Contreras steps up. Contreras 0 for 2 today. Norris delivers. Uh-oh, high deep drive to left field. I think he got all of that one. He just took Norris deep. And the Marlins cut the lead to 2. It's now 4-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. That brings up the third baseman, Ryan Healy. Nobody out in the inning. Healy 0 for 1 on the day. Norris delivers. Healy draws a walk. I guess we better get the bullpen active. Let's see. Oh. Activity in the Reds bullpen. Coda Glover and Felipe Rivero both start throwing. Norris throws over to first. Healy back easily. Pitches to Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe 0 for 2 today. High fly ball to right field. Brinson underneath it, makes the catch. 1 down in the inning. Healy's still at first base. Brings up the Marlins left fielder Tyler Collins. Collins 0 for 2 today. Norris throws over to first. Healy back. Delivers to Collins. Collins works a walk. He's on at first base. Pinch runner Aristides Aquino at second. Runners at first and second. 1 down the inning for Chris Carter. Chris Carter 0 for 1 on the day with an RBI. Norris delivers. Strikes out Carter for the second out of the inning. 2 down, Darwin Barney at the plate. Barney 0 for 1 on the day. Both Glover and Rivero are ready. Alright. Barney doesn't have much power. I'm going to let Norris pitch to him. Norris checks the runners, delivers to Barney. Ground ball back up the middle, base hit for Barney. Runners trying to score from second. Aquino's in safely. And the Marlins score their second run of the inning. They now trail by 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. He's going to let his pitcher hit. Well, I might as well let Norris finish the inning. Runners at first and second, 2 down. The pitcher, Oliver Perez, at the plate. Norris delivers. Line shot to center field, base hit. Oh, my God. The pitcher just tied the game up. And the idiot manager left the starter in for too long. I guess we'll get Glover into the game. Yeah. New pitcher for the Reds, Coda Glover. Glover has a 1-0 record on the season with a 3.57 ERA. He struck out 27 batters in 22 2/3 innings pitched. Glover checks the runners, delivers. Line shot to left field by Starling. That's going to score 2. The Marlins now take the lead 6-4. Well, I'm not pushing the right buttons today. They've scored 5 runs in the inning. Brings up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson 0 for 3 on the day. 2 outs in the inning, Starling at second base. Glover delivers. Hard ground ball down to third. Candelario open it, throws to first. And Anderson's retired. But the Reds give up 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And the Marlins now lead 6-4. Oh, boy. That brings up the Red center fielder Albert Almora. Almora 1 for 3 today. Line shot to center field. Starling in to make the catch. 1 down in the inning. Right fielder Lewis Brinson steps up. He's 2 for 3 today with an RBI. Perez delivers. Looper to center field. Starling makes a catch. 2 down in the inning. Brings up David Freese. Freese 2 for 2 today. High fly ball to left field. Collins is able to settle underneath it to make the catch. And that ends the inning. New pitcher for the Reds, Jonathan Holder. Holder has a 3-2 record on the season with a 2.37 ERA. He struck out 49 batters in 49 1/3 innings pitched. He'll be facing the catcher Wilson Contreras. Contreras 1 for 3 on the day with a solo home run. High fly ball to right field. Brinson able to settle underneath it to make the catch. 1 down in the inning. Brings up Miguel Andujar. Andujar hitting .217 this season with 1 home run and 5 RBIs. Holder delivers. Strikes out Andujar for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Hunter Renfroe at the plate. Renfroe 0 for 3 today. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it. Throws to first. Renfroe's retired. That ends the inning. After 7, the Marlins lead 6-4. Heimer Candelario steps up. The Reds' third baseman 1 for 3 on the day. Ground ball back up the middle. Anderson up with it. Throws to first. Candelario is retired. 1 down in the inning for Brandon Moss. Moss 0 for 1 on the day with a couple walks. I think he draws his third free pass of the day. He's down at first base for Carson Kelly. I guess I better get the bullpen up again. Been a while since I pitched Rivero. 1 down in the inning. Moss at first. Carson Kelly at the plate. Kelly 0 for 3 on the day. Oh! Perez plunks Kelly. He's on at first base. Runners at first and second. 1 down in the inning for the shortstop, Andrelton Simmons. They put the runners in motion for Simmons. He hits a ground ball short, and it's booted. Anderson with the error. All hands are safe. Bases are loaded for the pitcher, Jonathan Holder. We'll see who's going to pinch hit here. Mostly left-handed bats on the bench. All right. We get Oscar Hernandez in here to pinch hit. The catcher, Oscar Hernandez, in to pinch hit. He's hitting .272 on the season with 8 home runs and 37 RBIs. Bases loaded, 1 down. Strikes out Hernandez for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Bases still loaded. Yandy Diaz at the plate. Diaz 0 for 2 on the day with a free pass. Fly ball to right field. Renfroe puts it away, and the Reds fail to capitalize on a bases loaded 1 out situation. They still trail here in the game after 7.5, 6-4. New pitcher for Reds, Felipe Rivero. Rivero has a 2-1 record with a 1.79 ERA. He struck out 52 batters in 45 1/3 innings pitched. He'll be facing the left fielder Tyler Collins. Collins 0 for 2 today. Strikes out Collins for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Chris Carter at the plate. Carter 0 for 2 today with an RBI. Uh-oh. Line shot to left field. Ooh, but Moss is able to make a nice catch out there. 2 down the inning. Brings up the second baseman, Darwin Barney. Barney 1 for 2 today with an RBI. Barney draws a walk. He's on at first base with 2 down in the inning. Man, he's really clinging to keeping Oliver Perez in there. Rivera throws over to first. Barney back. Rivera delivers. Strikes out Perez for the last out of the inning. After 8, the Marlins lead 6-4 here in Miami. Last chance for the Reds. They'll have Albert Almora at the plate. Almora 1 for 4 today. Ground ball to first. Almora's retired, 1 down in the inning. Lewis Brinson steps up. Brinson 2 for 4 today with an RBI. Looper to right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Brinson down at first base with 1 out in the inning for David Freese. Freese 2 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs. Ground ball down to third base. Up. It's a 5-4-3 double play, and that ends the game. The Reds lose 6-4 here today. Probably due to a bad decision by the manager back in the 6th inning to leave his starting pitcher in too long. Well, I could have got him out. All he had to do was get out the pitcher. And I thought, hey, I'll leave him in to do that. And it was a bad decision. Okay, I've got some depth pieces. These guys won't be good, but they'll probably be better than what I've got in the 5th slot in my rotation. I'm glad Profar is only day to day. I've got a new manager for my rookie league team. Well, let's see what the trade proposal is. Although Melvin Upton Jr. is actually he's not rated too decently here. He's not having a great season either. Let's see what they want. Oh yeah, they want Mike Clevenger. Not gonna happen. All right, let me check my pitching staff to see if yeah, my bullpen's rested enough. I guess I've got Skaggs starting. He's day to day, but he's going to be day to day for 4 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and let him start. Oh wait, Strom is supposed to be pitching. That's not going to happen. I could put like James Shields on the roster and let him start. Okay, right-handed pitcher. Now the day-to-day injury, it does influence running, influences everything. So I might as well get, but how long is that going to be for? 3 weeks? That's going to hurt me. I'm going to lead off Brinson. I'm going to move Profar down the lineup while he's hurt. We'll get Brinson in center field. We'll get Peyton playing because Peyton's got a hot bat. We'll have him in right field. Actually, I might swap this. Have Brinson hit second. Candelario 5th, Profar down in the lineup, maybe even 8th. We'll see how that does. All right. Welcome to Miami, where the Marlins are hosting the Reds. The Marlins are starting Jarrell Cotton today. Cotton 9-5 on the season with a 4.54 ERA. He struck out 103 batters in 115 innings pitched. He'll be facing the Reds right fielder Mark Payton. Payton hitting .421 with 1 home run. Line shot back up the middle. Ooh, Barney makes a nice play out there. Steal hit from Peyton. 1 down in the inning. Lewis Brinson at the plate. Brinson hitting .249 with 14 home runs and 38 RBIs. Ground ball to short. Anderson up with it. Throws it first. Brinson's retired. 2 down in the inning. Brings up the Reds' first baseman, Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez hitting .269 with 18 home runs and 50 RBIs. Hard hit ground ball down to first. Tellez up with it, takes it to the bag himself. And that ends the top of the first. No score here in Miami. Reds will be starting Tyler Skaggs today. Skaggs has a 7-4 record with a 2.83 ERA. He struck out 95 batters in 114 in the 3rd innings pitched. He'll be facing the Marlins center fielder Cameron Maybin. Maybin hitting .227 with 4 home runs and 21 RBIs. Ground ball down to first base. Gonzalez up with it. Underhands to Skaggs. Maybin's retired. 1 down the inning. Brings up the shortstop Tim Anderson. Anderson hitting .247 with 7 home runs and 22 RBIs. Skaggs delivers. Line shot to right center field. Ooh! Peyton's able to make a nice catch out there, steal extra bases from Anderson. 2 down the inning. Brings up the third baseman, Ryan Healy. Healy hitting .301 with 19 home runs and 54 RBIs. Line shot to left center field. Base hit for Healy. He's on at first base with 2 outs in the inning for Rowdy Tellez. Skaggs throws over to first. The Miami first baseman hitting .280 with 16 home runs and 46 RBIs. Skaggs checks the runner. Healy delivers. It's a wild one. Healy moves up to second base. He's now in scoring position for Tellez. Skaggs checks the runner, delivers to Tellez. Strikes him out to end the inning. That ends the Marlins threat, and after 1, there's no score here in Miami. Brandon Moss at the plate. Moss hitting .237 with 9 home runs and 23 RBIs. Cotton delivers. Ground ball to second base. Barney up with it. Throws to first. 1 down in the inning. Heimer Candelario steps up. Candelario hitting .256 with 13 home runs and 45 RBIs. High deep drive to right field. I think Candelario got all of that one. It's not coming back. And the Reds take the lead 1-0 on the Heimer Candelario solo shot. 1 down in the inning. Carson Kelly at the plate. The catcher hitting .238 with 3 home runs and 22 RBIs. Ground ball down to third base. Looks like Healy's up with it. He throws to first, but Kelly's hustling down the line with his below average speed and beats out the infield single. He's on at first base with 1 down inning for Andrelton Simmons. Simmons hitting .211 on the season with 4 home runs and 22 RBIs. It's been a struggle. They put the hit and run sign on. Kelly takes off for second. Oh! Line shot to the left, to the deep left field. Simmons has a double. Looks like Kelly's able to score from first base. And the Reds take a 2-0 lead. All right. 1 down. Simmons at second base. Jurickson Profar at the plate. Profar hitting .266 with 6 home runs and 30 RBIs. Cotton delivers. Strikes out Profar for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Tyler Skaggs at the plate. Skaggs hitting .235 with an RBI on the season. But he strikes out here to end the inning. The Reds score 2, though. They take the lead 2-0 after 1.5. Brings up the Marlins left fielder Tyler Collins. Collins hitting .244 with 11 home runs and 30 RBIs. Skaggs rocks and delivers. Ground ball to second base. Profar up with it, throws to first. 1 down in the inning. Marlins catcher Taylor Ward steps up. He's 0 for the season so far. Skaggs delivers. Line shot to Simmons at short. He picks it off. 2 down in the inning. Brings up the right fielder Aristides Aquino. Aquino hitting .215 with 9 home runs and 23 RBIs. Skaggs delivers. Aquino works a walk. He's on at first base with 2 down in the inning. That brings up the Marlins second baseman Darwin Barney. Barney hitting .270 with 1 home run and 16 RBIs. Skaggs throws over to first. Aquino back. Checks the runner, delivers to Barney at the plate. Ground ball to short. Simmons takes the short route to second base. He cuts down Aquino, and that ends the inning. After 2, the Reds lead 2-0 over the Marlins. Mark Payton steps up. The Reds right fielder 0 for 1 on the day. Strikes out here for the first out of the inning. Which brings up Lewis Brinson. The Reds center fielder 0 for 1 today. Strikes out here for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Adrian Gonzalez at the plate. Gonzalez 0 for 1 today. Cotton strikes out the side here in the top of the third. But the score is 2-0. Reds in the lead. Jarrell Cotton at the plate. Cotton hitting .207 on the season. Skaggs delivers. Strikes out Cotton for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Cameron Maben at the plate. Maben 0 for 1 today. Line shot to right center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Maben digging for second base. He's in safely. He's in scoring position for Tim Anderson. One down in the inning. Anderson 0 for 1 on the day. Skaggs delivers. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it. Throws to first. Anderson's retired. 2 down in the inning. Maben at third base. Ryan Healy at the plate. Healy 1 for 1 on the day. Skaggs delivers. Line shot through the right side of the infield. Base hit for Healy. The runner Maben scores from third base. And the Marlins cut the lead to 1. It's now 2-1 in the bottom of the third. Ryan Healy at first. Rowdy Tellez at the plate. Tellez 0 for 1 on the day. 2 out in the inning. Oh! Skaggs throws over to first. Picks off the runner Healy. And that ends the inning. Marlins score a run. It's now 2-1. The Reds in the lead. Brandon Moss steps up. The left fielder 0 for 1 on the day. Strikes out here for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Heimer Candelario at the plate. Candelario with a solo shot in the second inning. Line shot to left center field. That's going to be a double for Candelario. He's digging for second base. And they're safely. He's now in scoring position for Carson Kelly. 1 down in the inning. Candelario at second base. Carson Kelly at the plate. Kelly 1 for 1 today. Ground ball down to short. Anderson up with it. Throws to first. Kelly's retired. Candelario had to stay at second base. 2 down in the inning. Andrelton Simmons at the plate. Simmons with a RBI double, I believe, in the second inning. Hard hit ball back up the middle. Base hit for Simmons. Candelario's trying to score from second base. He's in safely. And the Reds increase their lead to 2. It's now 3-1 in the top of the fourth. Simmons down at first base. 2 out in the inning for Jurickson Profar. Profar 0 for 1 today. Profar strikes out here to end the inning. But the Reds score a run. Their lead is now 2. 3-1 over the Marlins. Rowdy Tellez steps up. Tellez 0 for 1 today. Skaggs delivers. Line shot to right center field. Base hit for Tellez. He's on at first base with nobody out in the inning. Skaggs throws over. Tellez back. Tyler Collins steps up. The left fielder 0 for 1 today. Skaggs checks the runner. Delivers to Collins. Ground ball to second base. 4-6. They try to get it back to first, but I don't think it's going to be in time. Collins hustling down the line to avoid the double play. 1 out in the inning. Taylor Ward at the plate. The catcher 0 for 1 today. Collins at first. Looper to right field. Peyton moving in. Makes a catch. 2 down the inning. Collins still at first base. Aristides Aquino at the plate. Aquino drew a walk earlier today. Skaggs delivers. Strikes out Aquino for the last out of the bottom of the fourth. And the Reds continue to lead 3-1 here in Miami. Tyler Skaggs steps up. 0 for 1 on the day. Strikes out here for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Mark Payton at the plate. Payton 0 for 2 today. Ground ball back to second base. Barney up with it. Throws to first. Payton's retired. 2 down the inning. That brings up the center fielder Lewis Brinson. Brinson 0 for 2 today. Oh, hard shot to short. Anderson boots it. Brinson's going to be on the error. Let's see. Taylor Ward behind the plate. I don't think I'm going to challenge his arm. Brinson will probably be staying at first base. No green light. Adrian Gonzalez at the plate. Gonzalez 0 for 2 today. Ground ball to second. Looks like Barney a little slow on the exchange there. Throwing to first. And Gonzalez is able to beat it out for an infield single at first. The Reds now have runners at first and second with 2 out in the inning for Brandon Moss. Moss 0 for 2 on the day. Oh, it's a wild one. The runners move up to second and third. The Reds now have runners at second and third with 2 out in the inning. 1-0 the count. Brandon Moss at the plate. Moss strikes out here to end the inning and the threat. But the Reds lead 3-1 after 4.5. Darwin Barney steps up. The Marlins second baseman 0 for 1 on the day. Top ground ball back to the pitcher. Skaggs jumps off the mound to field it. Throws on to first. Barney's retired. 1 down in the inning. Adam Liberatore, I believe, Liberatore, steps up. It'll be his first at-bat of the season. Skaggs delivers. Ground ball down to first base. Gonzalez up with it. Underhands to Skaggs, who covers, and Liberatore is retired. 2 down the inning. Brings up the center fielder Cameron Maben. Maben 1 for 2 today. Skaggs delivers. Ground ball down to third base. Candelario up with it. Throws to first. And Maben's retired. After 5, the Reds lead 3-1 here in Miami. Heimer Candelario steps up. He's a perfect 2 for 2 on the day with a solo home run. Line shot to left center field, but I think the center fielder Maben's going to catch up to it. 1 down in the inning. Carson Kelly to the plate. The catcher 1 for 2 on the day. Strikes out here for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Andrelton Simmons steps up. Simmons 2 for 2 on the day with 2 RBIs. Ground ball to Anderson at short. He's up with it. Throws to first. And Simmons retired for the first time today. The Reds still lead 3-1 here after 5.5. Skaggs delivers to Anderson. High deep drive to right field. That's going to bounce into the wall. Anderson digging for third base. He's in there with a triple. He'll be at third base with nobody out in the inning for Ryan Healy. Let's see. Couple lefties coming up. We'll get Rivero up. Anderson with good speed down at third base. Ryan Healy at the plate. Healy a perfect 2 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Fly ball to right center field. Payton's able to make the catch. The runner Anderson's able to tag up from third base and score. The lead is now 1-3-2 in the bottom of the 6th. 1 down the inning. Nobody on base for Rowdy Tellez. Tellez 1 for 2 today. Ground ball to second. Oh, no. And Profar commits an error at second base. Tellez is on first. On the error, 1 down the inning. Tyler Collins at the plate. Collins 0 for 2 today. Skaggs throws over. Tellez back. Checks the runner, delivers to Collins. High fly ball to center field. Oh my God. That drops in for a base hit by Brinson. The runner's going to score, tie ball game. Rivero's ready. Well, I'm not going to tempt fate anymore. I get Rivero into the game. Unfortunately, he wasn't ready for the left-handers. I didn't think I'd need him. Runner at second base, 1 out in the inning. Taylor Ward at the plate. The catcher 0 for 2 on the day. Rivero delivers. Ground ball to second base. Profar up with it. Throws to first. 2 down the inning. Brings up the right fielder Aristides Aquino. Aquino 0 for 1 on the day, but he's drawn 2 walks now. He's on at first base with 2 outs in the inning for Darwin Barney. Barney 0 for 2 today. Ground ball down to first base. Gonzalez up with it, flips to Rivero, and that ends the inning. But not before the Marlins score 2. They now have tied up the game in the 6th. Let's see. I'm going to set down Wall, get him back up. I'll probably have him start off the next inning. Jurickson Profar at the plate. Profar 0 for 2 today. Line shot to right field that falls in for a base hit. Profar on at first. New pitcher, left-hand pitcher. We get David Freese in the pinch hit. Profar on at first base. David Freese at the plate. Freese hitting .235 with 9 home runs and 28 RBIs. He'll be facing the lefty pitcher Grant Dayton. Dayton 1-8 with a 3.22 ERA. He struck out 85 batters in 58 2/3 innings pitched. Dayton delivers. Freese draws a walk. He'll be on at first. Profar moves up to second base. Runners at first and second. You know, Profar's day-to-day injury affects his running the most. I think I'm going to go ahead and get Yandy Diaz into pinch run for... I'll make him the second baseman too. To pinch run for Profar. Alright, runners at first and second for Mark Payton. Get Bobby Wall up in the bullpen. Payton 0 for 3 on the day. Let's see, I guess I could get Almora into the game. I might do that. I'll do that. Alright, we'll get Almora in to pinch hit for Payton, and we'll move Brinson to right field. Alright, runners at first and second, nobody out in the inning. Albert Almora in the pinch hit. The center fielder Almora hitting .233 with 3 home runs and 23 RBIs. Line shot to right field. Nice play out there by Starling. 1 down in the inning. Lewis Brinson at the plate. Brinson 0 for 3 today. Top ground ball back to the pitcher. And looks like it's a, what was it, 1-6-3 double play to end the inning. That ends the threat, and the game's still tied here after 6.5. New pitcher for the Reds, Bobby Wall. Wall 5-2 on the season with 2.83 ERA. He struck out 57 batters in 47 2/3 innings pitched. He'll be facing a pinch hitter, Chris Carter. Carter hitting .219 with 8 home runs and 26 RBIs. Carter draws a walk. He's on at first base with nobody out in the inning. Wall checks the runner, delivers to Cameron Maben. Maben 1 for 3 today. Ground ball back up the middle, base hit for Maben. Runners at first and third, nobody out in the inning. Infield playing in, runners at first and third. Shortstop Tim Anderson at the plate. Anderson 1 for 3 today. Line shot to left center field, base hit for Anderson. The runner scores from third base, and the Marlins take a lead here in the bottom of the 7-4-3. Good speed on the bases. Ryan Healy at the plate. Healy 2 for 2 today with 2 RBIs. He feels just fine. Strikes out Healy for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Runners at first and second. Rowdy Tellez at the plate. Let's see. New pitcher for the Reds, Daniel Stumpf. The left-hander's 1-0 on the season with a 2.52 ERA. They'll be facing Rowdy Tellez. Tellez 1 for 3 today. Runners at first and second, 1 out in the inning. And Tellez draws a walk. Bases now loaded. 1 out in the inning for, they got a pinch hitter, Hunter Renfroe. New pitcher for the Reds, Dan Altavilla. Bases loaded. Altavilla has a 3-2 record on the season with a 3.77 ERA. He struck out 57 batters in 43 innings pitched. He'll be facing the pinch hitter, Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe hitting .318 with 8 home runs and 28 RBIs. 1 down, bases loaded. Altavilla delivers. Fly ball to left field. That'll probably score the runner from third base. 2 down the inning. Marlins extend their lead to 2. It's now 5-3. Runners at first and second. Taylor Ward at the plate. Ward still 0 for the season. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it. Takes a short route to second base. The Marlins are retired, but not before they score 2 runs to go up 5-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Adrian Gonzalez steps up. The Reds' first baseman 1 for 3 today. Strikes out here for the first out of the inning. 1 down, Brandon Moss at the plate. Moss 0 for 3 today. Why'd he switch to a right-handed pitcher with Moss up? Base hit for Moss. He's on first base with 1 out in the inning. Brings up Heimer Candelario. Candelario 2 for 3 today with a solo home run. High fly ball to center field. Maven's able to make the catch, though. 2 down in the inning. Brings up the catcher, Carson Kelly. Moss still down at first base, 2 down. Bearclaw delivers, ground ball down to first base. Tellez up with it. Underhands to Bearclaw. And Kelly's retired. That ends the top of the 8th. The Marlins still lead 5-3 here in Miami. Altavilla now into his second inning of work. He'll be facing the pitcher, Kyle Bearclaw. Strikes him out for the first out of the inning. Which brings up Darwin Barney. Barney 0 for 3 today. Altavilla delivers. Line shot to the left side of the infield. Base hit for Barney. He's now 1 for 4 on the day. Which brings up Wilson Contreras. Contreras hitting .279 with 10 home runs and 37 RBIs. Altavilla throws over to first. Barney back. Delivers. Oh. Base hit for Contreras. Now they're now on at first and second. 1 out in the inning. Let's see. Let's make a double switch here. New pitcher for Reds, Coda Glover. Glover 1-0 on the season with a 3.52 ERA. He struck out 27 batters in 23 innings pitched. He'll be facing the Marlins center fielder Cameron Maben. Maben 2 for 4 today. There are runners at first and second, 1 out in the inning. Glover checks the runners, delivers. Fly ball to left field. Moss is able to make the catch. 2 down in the inning. Brings up the Marlins shortstop Tim Anderson. Anderson 2 for 4 today with an RBI. Line shot to left field, base hit for Anderson. That's going to score at least 1 run. No, 2 runs are going to score. Contreras scores. And the Marlins are now up 7-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Ryan Healy at the plate. Line shot back up the middle. Base hit for Healy. Oops. And we're going to let Glover finish the game now since it's out of control. He strikes out Tellez to end the inning, but the Marlins score 3. They're now up 8-3. Simmons, 2 for 3 on the day. Line shot to right field. Base hit for Simmons. He's on first to lead off the top of the 9th for the Reds. And their last chance of the day. Yandy Diaz strikes out for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Oscar Hernandez at the plate. The catcher hitting .271 with 8 home runs and 37 RBIs. 2 down the inning. Albert Almora at the plate. Almora 0 for 1 on the day. Ground ball to short. They take the short route to second base. And the Reds are defeated 8-3 here in Miami. Very ugly loss. Oh, the bullpen. The bullpen. The bullpen. Boy, that was ugly. You wouldn't think I was leading the league in bullpen ERA. I might not be anymore. All right, we're going to send Strom down to AAA. He's had a couple bad starts in the major leagues. Let's see. Trevor Cahill is not pitching particularly well here. So we're going to cut him. I just got 2. Let's see. Release Trevor Cahill. Look at rosters and transactions. I've got oh, they got 2. I just signed 2. Shields is probably, yeah, he's down. I'm going to start Shields today. And Dubront is going to go to AAA. He's going to go into the rotation. Along with, where's Strom at? Strom's in the rotation. And Dubront's going to take Harrison Cooney's place, and he's going to go long relief. Emergency starting pitcher. All right. We'll end the day. I'll have to check out my pitching staff. Looks like they're good enough to pitch. I'm going to have Shields pitching today, so I will probably need I might shuffle Feliz up in case I need him. Send down Coda Glover for the time being. Bring up Feliz. Coda Glover can be the closer down here. And James Shields into the rotation. we'll put Feliz in the middle relief. All right, is Clevenger rested? No, Clevenger is not rested. All right. Joe Musgrove starting. Adrian Gonzalez, Moss. All right. Welcome to Miami, where the Marlins are hosting the Reds. The Marlins will be starting Joe Musgrove. Musgrove has a 7-4 record with a 2.99 ERA. He struck out 91 batters in 114 and a third innings pitched. He'll be facing the Reds' second baseman, Jurickson Profar. Profar hitting .267 with 6 home runs and 30 RBIs. 2-1 to count. Line shot to left field. Saunders is able to make the catch. 1 down in the inning. Brings up the center fielder, Lewis Brinson. Brinson hitting .246 with 14 home runs and 38 RBIs. Line shot to right center field. Base hit for Brinson. He's on at first base with 1 out in the inning for Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez hitting .269 with 18 home runs and 50 RBIs. 0-1 to count to Gonzalez. Ground ball to second. 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. After the top of the first, no score here in Miami. James Shields starting for the Reds. Shields has a 2-10 record with a 5.81 ERA. He'll be facing the Marlins shortstop Tim Anderson. Anderson hitting .252 with 7 home runs and 25 RBIs. Line shot to right field, base hit for Anderson. He's digging for second base. He's in there safely with a double. Runner at second base for Michael Saunders. Saunders hitting .208 with 6 home runs and 20 RBIs. Anderson tried to steal third. Wasn't really anybody there to cover, but somehow Hernandez is able to throw him out, trying to steal third with nobody out in the inning. Interesting choice. 1 down, Michael Saunders at the plate. 2-2's the count. Shields delivers, strikes out Saunders for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Ryan Healy at the plate. Healy hitting .306 with 19 home runs and 57 RBIs. Line shot back up the middle, base hit for Healy. He's on at first base with 2 down in the inning for Rowdy Tellez. Tellez hitting .280 with 16 home runs and 46 RBIs. Shields delivers. Ground ball to second. Well, the shortstop Simmons on the right-hand side of second. And Tellez is able to beat it out for an infield hit. There are runners at first and second with 2 down in the inning for Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe hitting .318 on the season with 8 home runs and 29 RBIs. 2 down, Shields delivers. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it, takes the short route to Profar at second. And the Marlins are retired. They threatened but failed to score. After 1, no score here in Miami. Brandon Moss at the plate. Moss hitting .238 with 9 home runs and 23 RBIs. Musgrove strikes him out for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Heimer Candelario steps up. Candelario hitting .258 with 14 home runs and 46 RBIs. Hard ground ball down the third base line. That might be extra bases for Candelario. He's digging for second base. He's in there safely with a double. He's in scoring position now for Oscar Hernandez. Hernandez, the catcher, hitting .270 with 8 home runs and 37 RBIs. Musgrove delivers. Hernandez draws a walk. He's on at first base. Runners at first and second. Nobody out in the inning for Andrelton Simmons. They put the hit and run on with Simmons at the plate. Line shot to left field. But Saunders is able to make the catch. Candelario back safely at second on the throw. Runners at first and second, 2 out in the inning. Mark Payton at the plate. The right fielder hitting .364 with a home run. Wild one. Runners move up to second and third. First base open with Payton at the plate. They might... No, they choose to pitch to him. Ground ball to second. Barney up with it, throws to first. And the Reds are retired here in the top of the second. They threaten and fail to score. 0-0 after 1.5. Shields into his second inning of work. He'll be facing the center fielder Tyler Collins. Collins hitting .245 with 11 home runs and 31 RBIs. Ground ball to second base. Profar up with it, throws to first. 1 down in the inning. The catcher Taylor Ward steps up. Ward still 0 for the season. Ground ball to third base. Candelario up with it, throws to first. 2 down in the inning. Brings up the second baseman Darwin Barney. He's hit .270 with 1 home run and 16 RBIs. Draws a walk here. He's on at first base. 2 down in the inning for the pitcher Joe Musgrove. Shields throws over. Barney back. Delivers to Musgrove. Ground ball to first. Gonzalez up with it. Takes it to the bag himself. And the side's retired. After 2, there's no score here in Miami. Pitcher James Shields steps up. Shields hitting .037 on the season. Strikes out here for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Jurickson Profar at the plate. Profar 0 for 1 today. Strikes out here for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Lewis Brinson steps up. The Red center fielder 1 for 1 today. But he strikes out here for the last out of the top of the third. After 2.5, there's no score here in Miami. Shields will be facing Tim Anderson. Anderson 1 for 1 on the day. High deep drive to left field. I think he just took Shields deep. And the Marlins take the lead 1-0 on the Tim Anderson solo home run. Michael Saunders steps up. The left fielder 0 for 1 on the day. Shields delivers. He plunks Saunders and puts him on at first. Nobody out in the inning. Saunders at first base. Ryan Healy at the plate. Healy 1 for 1 today. High deep drive to left center field. Moss is able to make the catch out there. Saunders has to go back to first. 1 down in the inning. Saunders at first base for Rowdy Tellez. Tellez 1 for 1 on the day. Shields delivers. Ground ball down to third base. Candelario up with it. Throws to first. Tellez is retired. Saunders is able to move up to second base. He's now in scoring position with 2 outs in the inning for Hunter Renfroe. Let's see. Ground ball back up the middle. Base hit for Renfroe. Saunders is trying to score, and he's in there safely. The Marlins now take a 2-0 lead. Renfroe at first base. 2 down in the inning for Tyler Collins. Collins 0 for 1 today. Shields throws over to first. Delivers to Collins. Uh-oh. High deep drive to right. Collins just took Shields deep. And the Marlins now lead 4-0. Well, Stumpf is ready. We'll get him into the game. I thought I'd give Shields a chance. Doesn't look like he's going to fare any better for me than he did for anybody else. All right, new pitcher for the Reds, Daniel Stumpf. Stumpf 1-0 on the season with a 2.52 ERA. He struck out 17 batters in 25 innings pitched. He'll be facing the catcher Taylor Ward. Ward still 0 for the season. And he continues to be 0 for the season. Ground ball is short. That ends the inning, but not before the Marlins score 4 runs. They're up 4-0 after 3. Adrian Gonzalez steps up, the first baseman 0 for 1 in the day. Flare to left field, base hit. He's on at first with nobody out for Brandon Moss. Moss 0 for 1 today. Ground ball to second base. 4-6-3 double play. 2 down now. Brings up the third baseman, Heimer Candelario. Candelario 1 for 1 today. High fly ball to left center field. Up. Dies on the track, though. Collins puts it away. And that retires the Reds here in the top of the 4th. After 3.5, 4-0 Marlins. Let's see. Daniel Stumpf into his second inning of work. He'll be facing Darwin Barney. Barney drew a walk earlier today. Stumpf delivers. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it. Throws to first. Barney's retired. 1 down in the inning. Stumpf strikes out the pitcher Joe Musgrove for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Tim Anderson steps up. Anderson a perfect 2 for 2 on the day. The solo home run. Line shot to center field. Brinson moves in to make the catch. And that ends the inning. After 4, the Marlins lead 4-0 here in Miami. Catcher Oscar Hernandez steps up. Hernandez hitting .270 with 8 home runs and 37 RBIs. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Musgrove up with it. Throws to first. 1 down in the inning. Brings up the shortstop, Andrelton Simmons. Simmons 0 for 1 today. He draws a walk here. He's on at first base for the right fielder, Mark Payton. Payton 0 for 1 today. Ground ball to second. And it's a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. Well, Feliz is ready. But I'm going to let Stumpf pitch as long as I can. Let's see. The left fielder, Michael Saunders, steps up. He's 0 for 1 in the day. High deep drive to left center field. Ooh, Brinson's able to make the catch on the track. 1 down in the inning. That just stole extra bases. Which brings up Ryan Healy. Healy, the third baseman, 1 for 2 on the day. Stumpf doesn't seem to be fooling anybody here. Base hit for Healy. He's on at first base with 1 out in the inning for Rowdy Tellez. Tellez 1 for 2 today. Stumpf throws over to first. Healy back. Delivers to Tellez. Oh, infield hit for Tellez to second base. Runners at first and second. Great. Only 1 out in the inning. Feliz is ready. If I put Feliz in, he's only going to pitch 1 inning. I guess I can, let's see. New pitcher for the Reds, Michael Feliz. Feliz 0-2 on the season with a 5.17 ERA. He struck out 13 batters in 15 2/3 innings pitched. He's also walked 13 batters in 15 2/3 innings pitched. Feliz checks the runners, delivers to Renfroe. Strikes him out for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Tyler Collins steps up. Collins 1 for 2 today with a home run. But he strikes out here to end the inning. The Marlins threaten here in the bottom of the 5th, but they fail to score. But they still lead 4-0 after 5. Albert Almora steps up, the center fielder, hitting .231 with 3 home runs and 23 RBIs. Ground ball to first. Tellez up with it, takes it to the bag himself. Almora's retired. 1 down in the inning. Jurickson Profar at the plate. Profar 0 for 2 today. He draws a walk here. He's on at first base with 1 out for Lewis Brinson. Brinson 1 for 2 today. Hard ground ball down to third base. Gets into left field for a base hit. The Reds now have runners at first and third for Adrian Gonzalez. 1 down in the inning. Gonzalez 1 for 2 today. Ground ball down to first. Tellez up with it. Takes it to the bag himself. He retires Gonzalez for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Runners at second and third for Brandon Moss. Moss 0 for 2 today. Line shot to right field. That falls in for a base hit for Moss. 2 runs are going to score on the single. And the Reds cut the lead to 2. It's now 4-2 here in the top of the 6th. Two down in the inning. Heimer Candelario at the plate. Candelario 1 for 2 today. He'll be facing Chad Qualls, who's making his season debut. High, deep drive to right field. I think Candelario got all of that one. And the ball game is now tied up. Candelario with his 15th home run of the season. He now has 48 RBIs to go with it. 2 down in the inning. Oscar Hernandez at the plate. Let's see. Oh, man. I'm gonna need Felice to pitch that inning. Hernandez 0 for 1 on the day. Fly ball to right center field. Renfroe is able to settle underneath it to make the catch. That ends the inning, but the Reds score 4 here in the top of the 6th. They tie it up. I'll get Holder up right away. Michael Feliz into his second inning of work. He'll be facing the catcher Taylor Ward. Ward's still 0 for the season. He strikes out here. He seems like he'd be due. 1 down. Darwin Barney at the plate. Barney 0 for 1 on the day. I think he's drawn a walk. Base hit back up the middle for Barney. He's on at first base with 1 out in the inning for Cameron Maben. Maben hitting .230 with 4 home runs and 21 RBIs. Felice throws over to first. Barney back. He checks the runner, delivers to Maben. Ground ball to short. It's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Felice gets through the bottom of the 6th, and the score is still tied 4-4 here in Miami. I'm going to set down a Holder. Up steps the Cincinnati shortstop Andrelton Simmons. Simmons 0 for 1 today. Qualls delivers. Line shot to the left side of the infield. Base hit for Simmons. He's on at first base with nobody out in the inning. Let's see. Who do I have to pinch hit with? Pinch hitter for the Reds, Mike Freeman. Freeman hitting .381 with 4 RBIs. Simmons on at first base. They put on the hit and run. Line shot to center field. Collins makes a nice play out there. Freeman's retired. 1 down in the inning. Simmons still at first base. Brings Albert Almora to the plate. Almora 0 for 1 today. Ground ball to Barney at second. He's up with it. Throws to first. Almora's retired, but Simmons is in scoring position now with 2 outs in the inning for Jurickson Profar. Profar 0 for 2 today with a walk. Ground ball back up the middle. Base hit for Profar. Simmons is going to score from second base. And the Reds take the lead 5-4 here in the top of the 7th. Profar at first, 2 down in the inning. Lewis Brinson at the plate. Brinson 2 for 3 today. Oh, Brinson strikes out here to end the inning. But the Reds have the lead now. It's 5-4 in Miami after 6.5. Tim Anderson at the plate. Anderson 2 for 3 today. He'll be facing the Reds' new pitcher, Jonathan Holder. Holder 3-2 on the season with a 2.32 ERA. He struck out 50 batters in 50 1/3 innings pitched. Line shot to deep left field, but Moss is able to make a nice catch out there. He steals extra bases from Anderson. 1 down in the inning. Brings up the pinch hitter, Miguel Andujar. Andujar hitting .213 with a home run and 5 RBIs. Holder delivers. Line shot to left field. Moss makes another nice catch out there. 2 down in the inning. Doesn't look like Holder is fooling anybody, but there's 2 down. Brings up the Marlins third baseman, Ryan Healy. Healy 2 for 3 today. Holder strikes him out to end the bottom of the 7th. After 7, the Reds lead 5-4 here in Miami. First baseman Adrian Gonzalez steps up. Gonzalez 1 for 3 today. He'll be facing a new pitcher in Chris Hatcher. Hatcher 0 for 3 on the season with a 3.34 ERA. Hatcher strikes out Gonzalez to begin the inning. 1 down. Brandon Moss at the plate. Moss 1 for 3 today with 2 RBIs. Moss strikes out for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Heimer Candelario steps up. Candelario 2 for 3 today with a home run. Ground ball to second base. Barney up with it. Throws to first. Candelario is retired. And that ends the top of the 8th. I probably should have got Rivero up to face Tellez. Because like I said, Holder's not fooling anybody right now. All these guys are tired. You know, I could heat up Diaz, and if I absolutely need him, I could bring him here in the 8th. All right. Rowdy Tellez at the plate. Tellez 2 for 3 today. Holder into his second inning of work. Delivers. Line shot to left center field. Brinson over. He makes a nice catch out there to steal extra bases from Tellez. Oh, it's Almora. I'm sorry. Albert Almora. Playing a mean center field. 1 down in the inning. Hunter Renfroe at the plate. Renfroe 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. Holder delivers. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it. Throws to first. Renfroe's retired. Brings up the left-hand batter, Tyler Collins. Collins 1 for 3 on the day with a home run. Looks like Rivero's not ready yet. I don't care. I'm putting him into the game. New pitcher Felipe Rivero. Rivero 2-1 on the season with a 1.72 ERA. He struck out 54 batters in 47 innings pitched. He'll be facing Tyler Collins. Collins 1 for 3 on the day with a home run. Rivero delivers. Fly ball to left field. Moss moving in. He makes the catch, and that ends the inning. After 8, the Reds hold a slim 5-4 lead in Miami. Let's see. I'm going to set down Edwin Diaz. Oscar Hernandez steps up to the plate. The catcher 0 for 2 today. He'll be facing Nick Vincent. Vincent 3-0 on the season with a 2.64 ERA. Pop up on the infield. Barney able to sell underneath and make a catch. 1 down in the inning. Brings up the shortstop, Andrelton Simmons. Simmons 1 for 2 today. Strikes out here for the second out of the inning. I guess we'll let Freese pinch hit. Pinch hitter for the Reds, David Freese. Freese hitting .235 with 9 home runs and 28 RBIs. Vincent delivers. Strikes out Freese to end the inning. After 8.5, the Reds still have a 5-4 lead here in Miami. Edwin Diaz in the game. Diaz 2-2 on the season with a 1.98 ERA. He has 23 saves and 25 opportunities. Struck out 56 batters in 36 1/3 innings pitched. He'll be facing the catcher Taylor Ward. Ward's still 0 for the season and probably due. Diaz delivers. Strikes out Ward for the first out of the inning. 1 down. Darwin Barney at the plate. Barney been a thorn in the side of the Reds this entire series. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Diaz delivers. Line shot back up the middle for Barney. Making him look like Rogers Hornsby. 1 down the inning. Barney at first base for Cameron Maybin. Diaz throws over to first. Barney back. Delivers to criminy. Base hit back up the middle for Maybin. Barney digging for third base. Oh, they throw him out at third. Oh, thank. They threw Barney trying to get greedy and take out third base. They throw him out. 2 down the inning. Maybin moves up to second base on the play. He's still in scoring position for Tim Anderson. 2 down. Edwin Diaz delivers to Tim Anderson. It's a wild one. The runner Maybin moves up to third base. 1-0 the count. 2 down the inning. Edwin Diaz delivers. Strikes out Anderson to end the game. Boy, I love it when Diaz likes to make the 9th inning so interesting. And the Reds get a desperately needed win here in Miami. Avoid the 4-game sweep. They barely pull it out. Wow, it's been ugly lately. I'm in second place now, too. Pirates took over. Well, we're tied for first. All right. Well, it's the trade deadline. I got to decide if I'm going to try to buy anybody. I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to leave the team where it's at. I don't think it has enough depth. I've got too many players, really. Christian Yelich is on the disabled list for another 5 weeks. I do get John Gray back soon. He has not pitched very well. Perdomo, who was pitching like an ace, is out for the rest of the season. So, to buy now in the situation I'm in would probably be a stupid decision. I do need to check Judge to see how he's been playing down here. He's been a little better. I mean, as badly as left-handed pitching has treated me this season, I really need for this guy to hit, and he's just not doing it. And let's see, Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher's hitting since I sent him down, but he's left-handed. He's not going to help me versus left-handed pitching. So, I've got good players down here. I could potentially bring up Ozzie Albies, although his on-base percentage is slipping. He'll play good defense, but I don't think he's going to give me the infusion of offense that I really need. Mike Ford's hitting. He continues to hit. He's got a nice line. I guess people like their first baseman to have a little bit bigger numbers than that, but he'd probably be an improvement for me. I don't think Gonzalez has been playing too well lately. But anyway, I think I'd be stupid to buy anything now at the deadline. The team is backing up too much. There's too many injuries. I don't think this is a team that can go anywhere in the playoffs. But and I need to continue. I didn't really think I'd win this season with this drafted team, so I think I need to continue to think about next season. Hopefully, players like Fisher and Judge will get their stuff straightened out, and they'll contribute all year at the major league level. Although, it's kind of puzzling to me how relatively well-established players like Andrelton Simmons. Simmons has never been a great hitter, but he's not a 220 hitter. I mean, even in his worst years several years ago, he was hitting 244. So he's a 260 hitter. I don't know why he's playing so poorly for me. I've got lots of people in slumps. It just seems like people aren't performing up to their potential. And it could be the coaches. I just shuffled them around. I think that might have caused problems, though, when I shuffled the coaches around. I installed Jim Riggleman as the manager down here, and their record, I think they were 500 when I did it, and now they've gone on a losing streak. I guess he needs to go on the DL. So I've got some decisions to make. I think I'm going to stand pat where I'm at. I'm not going to sell anything, obviously. Although I could potentially get rid of the Gonzalez contract. I think Ford would probably play just as well as Gonzalez is. I mean, I could put him up on the trading block. It'll probably upset him. But if somebody wants a veteran third base or first baseman, they want a veteran first baseman. They might make an offer for him. So I might do that. But I mean, if I do sell Gonzalez, I'm basically giving up on this season, to go anywhere in the playoffs. Maybe that would be a stupid move, but if somebody gives me a good offer for him, I'll have to at least look at it. But I think I'll end the stream here for now. 1 and 3. 1 and 3 is not a good record for today.